Once upon a time in a remote village nestled among lush mountains, there lived two mysterious women, Magdalena and Elena. Both were known for their supernatural abilities, but their paths diverged in the world of magic. Magdalena, the Mangkukulam, was an elderly woman with gnarled hands and piercing eyes. She lived in a small hut at the edge of the forest. Villagers sought her out when they needed curses or hexes. Magdalena's power lay in her words, ancient incantations passed down through generations. She could inflict pain, illness, or misfortune upon her enemies. Yet she never killed. Her curses were meant to teach lessons or restore justice. Elena, on the other hand, was the Mambabarang. She was younger, with an air of mystery that drew people in. Unlike Magdalena, Elena's magic was tactile. She wielded insects, creepy crawlers that obeyed her every command. Her victims suffered more than pain. They faced torment. Elena's favorite medium was a strand of hair from her chosen victim. She tied it to beetles, worms, or ants, whispering dark spells. The insects would burrow under the skin, inflicting agony. One day, a farmer named Pedro sought their help. His neighbor, Luis, had stolen his prize carabao. Pedro approached Magdalena first. She listened to his tale, her eyes narrowing. "Luis shall feel the weight of his greed," she declared. Magdalena chanted, invoking ancient forces. Luis fell ill, writhing in pain, but he survived. Next, Pedro visited Elena. The Mambabarang welcomed him into her dimly lit hut. She examined the strand of Luis's hair Pedro had brought. "Ah, a greedy man," Elena said, her voice silky. She tied the hair to a beetle. "This insect will find him." Days passed. Luis's condition worsened. Magdalena visited him, sensing something amiss. "Another force is at play," she murmured. She brewed herbal remedies, easing his suffering. Meanwhile, Elena's beetle found Luis burrowing into his flesh. His screams echoed through the village. Pedro watched, torn between guilt and vengeance. He returned to Magdalena, confessing his actions. "I wanted justice," he said, "but now I see the cost." Magdalena nodded. "Our magic has consequences. We must choose wisely." She visited Luis, lifting Elena's curse. Luis recovered, remorse etched on his face. Elena confronted Pedro. "You meddled with forces beyond your understanding," she scolded. "Remember this lesson." And so, the two witches taught Pedro about balance. Magdalena's curses were tempered by compassion, while Elena's insects exacted harsher justice. The villagers learned that magic wasn't just power, it was responsibility. In the end, Magdalena and Elena stood together, their differences bridged by wisdom. They vowed to protect their village, using their gifts wisely. And as the sun dipped below the mountains, the insects hummed a secret melody, a reminder that magic, like life, danced between light and shadow. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe for more updates.